Welcome to my channel. I appreciate your time here. This is Her World View. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I have a topic that really touched my heart. I want to share with you. As a mother, you just since you hear, you just think in your mind, who is doing this? You know, you want to look after your children. You want to make sure they eat well, especially babies. You want the babies to eat the right food. You do not want them to be addicted to anything, from babies because it might hurt them, later on in life. So when you see or you hear or you read some articles that talk about so companies. You wonder, who are these people? Who are the chair? Who are the shareholders? Who are the uh, uh, directors and all these people that make decisions for these companies that allow this to go on and on and on and on? Today I will be talking about Nestle. They are one of the largest baby food producers in the world. But before I go into their story, I want us to just know a little background about this company. Nestle, is a Swiss multinational food and drink processing company or corporation, and the headquarters is in Vevey, Switzerland. It has been the largest public health food company in the world, measured by revenue and other metrics since 2014. It was founded by Henry Nestle. This company has grown to employ 277,000, maybe counting, people and operate in 185 countries. This is this company we're going to talk about. And this particular company, Nestle, their products rather, includes coffee. Well, I'm going to name some of the things they produce. Let me just stretch that out so that when you hear their story, you'll be able to say, oh, I will watch out for this. I will look at the label. I will look at what they put in what I'm buying from them. Because if they could do this to babies, you're wondering, what else can they not do? When baby food is full of sugar, we'll get to that. Let me not go ahead of myself. So you want to know, you want to watch out, you want to read the label to know what they're putting in your own, you know, item you're buying from them. So let's go ahead and name some of the things. So if I can, I will name all of it. Includes coffee, tea, candies, confectionaries, sorry, bottled water, infant formulas and baby food, dairy products and ice cream, frozen foods. We don't know all of those stuff, but when see their name, please watch out. Breakfast cereals, dry packaged food and snacks, pet foods, watch out for your pet, and sorry, medical food. 29 of Nestle brands have annual sales of over 1 billion. So this particular company, they're making money. And some of the product they are some of their products are not very healthy for babies. So let's continue. It has one of the main shareholders of L'Oreal, the world's largest cosmetic company. Watch out for what is in there too. Yes, we have to because this company is taking advantage of so many people or countries. So let's go to it. Let's get down to the real thing. Um, Most of the food, the baby food they produce, like Cerelac. Cerelac is one of the food that most um, Africa countries, other countries around Asia, all different countries around the world feed their babies when they're born. I've used it as a mother. I've used it. I didn't know what I know now. Yeah, but anyway, let's carry on. What is going on here is that this food that they produce, this food for babies, are filled with sugar. With sugar. And this company even have the audacity or the guts to defend it. Filled with sugar of the food that are sent to Africa and Asia countries. But when it comes to Europe, it's zero sugar. I'm asking myself, is it that some babies in some countries are more important than others?
A new investigation is raising serious concerns on something millions of African families rely on every single day. That's baby food. Nestle, one of the world's biggest food companies, is being accused of adding sugar to most of its baby cereals sold across Africa, while selling the same products without sugar in Europe. Researchers working with the Swiss group Public Eye say they bought 100 packs of Cerelac for more than 20 countries. All were meant for babies as young as 6 months old. The samples were then sent to Swiss laboratories, and more than 90% contain added sugar. On average, that comes out to about 6 grams per serving. That's roughly 1.5 teaspoons in a single bowl. Some countries saw even higher levels. Products found in Kenya showed around 7.5 grams per serving. Samples from Egypt, Madagascar, Malawi, Nigeria and South Africa all accounted for 5 grams. In Asia, the numbers varied too. Thailand had 6 grams, Pakistan had 2.7, India at 2.2 and Bangladesh just over 1.5. But here is the key contrast. In Europe, where guidelines are stricter and where parents closely examine the products, Cerelac is sold with 0 added sugar. No added sugar in Cerelac sold in Switzerland, none in Germany and in the UK either. The ingredients change as the markets change, and that has triggered accusations of double standards. Researchers who conducted this investigation accuse Nestle of putting profits before health. Their argument is simple. Introducing sugar so early makes children develop a lifelong preference for sweet food. And with childhood obesity rising fast in both Africa and Asia, they say the company is contributing to an already dangerous trend. Another striking feature from the report is that most of the sugar-free Cerelac products found on the continent were imported from Europe. That means Nestle already has sugar-free recipes, but chooses to use them everywhere. In a letter written to the Nestle chief, 19 African civil societies and consumer organisations say the company is deliberately putting the health of African babies at risk solely for profit. They say if added sugar is not suitable for European children, it certainly isn't suitable for children in Africa and beyond. They are calling upon Nestle to end this practice, not tomorrow, not next year, but now. Nestle rejects these claims. The company calls the investigation misleading, while also claiming to follow national rules in every country. They argue that a slightly sweet taste helps infants accept solid foods, especially in regions battling malnutrition. They insist they are following protocols and are not compromising on safety. But the World Health Organization's guidance is clear. No added sugar for children under 3, including artificial sweeteners. Early exposure increases the risk of obesity and chronic diseases in later life. But campaigners say that explanation doesn't hold. They want the company to remove all added sugar from baby food in lower income countries. And they want regulators in Africa and Asia to step in. So at the heart of the debate is one simple question. Should babies in Africa and Asia be eating sweeter food than babies in Europe? The answer to that is a clear no.
I'm shocked, but at the same time, I'm not so surprised, in a way, because as you see how things go, you say, I'm not, I'm shocked, but I'm not surprised to see what is going on. The fact that you do something to these babies, you put sugar that you know is wrong on to this baby, and you don't even think about it. You don't wonder what will be the repercussion of this? What will be the negative effect on these children? That's horrible. I want to say thank you to a Swiss investigative group that actually goes for this. findings to alert people, and they actually work together with civil society. They partner with civil society to bring this truth out. Otherwise, you won't hear about it. You won't hear about it. They add 90% added sugar of African samples that this group checked. Find out that the packets they were 7.5 um, grams of sugar, 1.5 teaspoon of sugar per serving for a baby. For a baby. And you wonder, okay, what will happen to these babies? You know, they're supposed to avoid sugar for children, babies under 3 months. I should say a year. No sugar for baby, children under 1 year. No sugar, because that will help them to to develop good buds, so that they don't look for sweet stuff all the time. And you claim that it's okay to do what you're doing. I don't think it's okay. We don't think it's okay. Mothers don't think it's okay. There are some children now under maybe 5, under the age of 10, teens in Africa, maybe other countries that are dealing with diabetes as we speak. At that age, where did they come from? Could it be because some of this sugar they're used to from babies? I don't think you're doing the right thing. I don't think this company, you're not doing the right thing at all. You are just not doing the right thing. You're making the money, but you're not doing the right thing. I'm wondering why most of your um, CEOs, directors, and all whatever that have the right to make decisions, the nutritionists and all of them that work there. If your nutritionist working with Nestle and you are allowing this sugar to be pumped into the food of babies going to these other continents, you're not doing your job. You're not even a nutritionist at all, period. You're doing this job for money. Because if you actually study it and you went because you actually want to change how people eat, you're actually looking for uh um the good health of every person, then you will be one of the people who advocate and say, no, we're not doing this in this company. No, I went to study nutrition and I want to be able to help people to eat well, drink well, live long, avoid unnecessary health crisis. That's what I went for. And that's why I'm standing, and that's why I'm going to fight for it. And we're not doing that here. We're not doing that here. This is what we're going to do that will benefit all children and their health. It's my focus, my number one focus. That's how I believe a nutritionist who actually went there to help people. That's what the mindset I would expect that person to have. You can't be a nutritionist and be pumping sugar into little babies. Not even It's not even allowed for adults, not to talk about babies. You're not a good one. You're doing it for your money. Maybe you have shares with the company. Whatever your reasons are, you're doing the wrong thing. This company need good and someone who has the health, genuinely love people and want to help them become better eaters, healthy eaters, people who will learn to know what to eat, how to choose what they put in their body. Anyway, this is not good. And your excuse, Nestor, is completely not acceptable. It's wrong. Your excuse and your self-defense is wrong. Wrong, 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 all round wrong.